All right, on to the next.
You've mentioned it every time.
On to the next. Earthquake.
Oh yeah, Sunday
we're
drop.
almost there, boys.
Sunday drop 1785. Saturday drop 1785. Erfquake. Name often mentioned. Did you guys know who he was?
Did he ever work with the Beastie Boys?
No, that was DJ Hurricane.
DJ Hurricane.
Not even close to that.
No, they're both natural
Simon,
disasters.
Yeah, Simon was
Thank
like,
you.
I knew
Point
it was
Simon.
large African American gentleman named after a natural disaster. I was good enough. I'm with you, Si. You're good.
Oh, I was so confused. I didn't watch this one, so
Because it's weird. You said that to me yesterday.
yesterday you didn't say anything.
Well, no, when I thought about it, I was like, it's not Earthquake, but I was like, Simon's onto something there. I remember thinking that to myself, but I knew it wasn't Earthquake.
Oh, man.
But this guy does seem like he would have. This guy had a lot of ins.
Well, this guy, like I said, this is one of those guys doesn't fucking work at all. Just has it all headed to him.
Kumar hates him.
Never
No, I
writes,
love- I'm
never writes a thing down. That is crazy.
I'm being facetious. He's amazing. He is the same as Charlie Murphy. That he did comedy, was all right, and then started headlining his own club every single night for 4 years.
It's a crazy story.
Steve Harvey.
That's the best.
He was like, I felt like he was the first to like say names and be like, oh, he got that much money for this, or he said this. And he was like, if people knew the real Steve Harvey, and if you really think about it, like, he was an amazing comic. And also the other guy, Mr. Good. He was a basketball coach, Mark Goodman, I think it might have been. Anyways, he was a crazy dirty comic, but stopped because his sitcom was so good.
The Joe's absolutely right, though. This guy should definitely strive to get a sitcom on like Netflix, because CBC sitcoms or whatever are boring. They are.
Oh, you mean network?
Yeah, they can't
network
swear.
sitcoms
They
are
can't do
terrible.
nothing.
What was interesting is when he's sitting here, his deal has just fallen through last week, and it's still very much in his feelings.
Yeah.
He got upset at the end, and rightfully so.
The
He's like,
deal was with who?
I don't think he said the network. I think for legal reasons.
Maybe
but
Fox.
he just started a movie and he wants a sitcom, and he says, I want to do everything that I've ever worked here to do, and that's it.
Well, that's success to him, and you can't like. Who is Joe to say that's not your path? You know, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do.
And of course, I was saying to just do it on YouTube, Earthquake. You could do something and make it huge. Let's not scoot around. Also, having Earthquake is a great cosign for Joe.
What do you mean? I said that to Simon. Yeah.
That's a nice cosign. He talked about how he got this deal because he got co-signed by Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Well, Dave Chappelle produced a special. He produced his special. He produced...
which unfortunately comes out tomorrow.
Interestingly enough, too, he made it sound like Dave...
Oh, it wasn't already out.
It's out on Monday.
Yeah. He made it sound like Dave edited the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that means Dave is in the editing bay with a professional editor, or if Dave is... Because I know
A
Louis...
ghost editor?
I imagine that he's in the bay.
Well, the reason I say this is because like Louis edited all of Louis himself on his Mac.
Yeah, I mean, listen, just knowing how Chappelle rolls, like money ain't no thing.
Simon?
I could see him being there, doing everything, but just having a guy type.
I fully
you know
agree.
What I mean?
That's why I asked, though. I fully agree with you. But like, I just want to know this stuff because, again, we don't know. Maybe Dave Chappelle over the years has become a master editor. I mean, who knows?
Well, he said he's a perfectionist, and if he's going to have his name on it, he wants to know what the product is going on.
I'm sure he would have had to at some point. You know what I mean? Like at some time in his career, he would have had to have done some editing.
I would also assume that being on Chappelle's show and in his position with Neil, they probably spent a lot of time in an editing bay together, trying to find the funniest like take or what. I don't know. Yeah. And nowadays too, like you can literally, if you buy a MacBook Pro, you have like a professional editing bay on you're just flying over.
You can get away with this. There's a rap director called like Cole Bennett maybe.
Yeah, who edited a video on his iPhone.
His last 3 he's done on an iPhone.
Well, Madlib made Freddie Gibbs' last album, Bandana. After it came out, he tweeted out, I produced the whole album on an iPad.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So he made every beat,
But you know what? Now that I think about it, like those laptops are just tiny little fucking like supercomputers, you know?
Also, you have an iPad and like the shit you can do on it in just that drawing program is insane.
I can fucking draw pictures. It's like a pen.
No, but it just like no, but Simon, like the
No,
like
I know
the,
it has so many
yeah, it's
functions
fucking
that
insane.
I don't use.
Yeah, it shocked me how little you knew about that program. Shocked me.
No, you should not be shocked.
He talked about club apartheid. Like, oh, you can't go over there if you're going to play here. That exists today, and
That exists here in this city.
yeah, it sucks. It's very interesting that that's like
Well, I just
the
hate
dark side of the art.
I hate that starvation mentality.
Yes, and the next one or that comes up as well.
Yeah.
I can see your writing. I figure you do have nice penmanship, eh?
No.
None of us do. As we said, I went to public school. I can't write anything. That's one of the reasons why he doesn't write. Couldn't read what he would have written.
No, I have terrible penmanship.
You know what the problem with
Don't you
penmanship?
love someone who? Sorry.
You know what the problem with no, sorry, just real quick. My problem with penmanship is like I can write something I guess that would look okay, but I have to take my fucking time. And who has time for that? If I'm writing something, I just fucking
My mom's writing is beautiful.
the older that my
Feels like it's art.
Oh, dude, my grandmother can write a handwritten letter where you're like,
It's so beautiful.
My mom's writing is illegible.
Oh, really?
It is such chicken
We don't
scratch.
have an agreement.
no.
He rehearsed his first time in a mirror. You've done that, right? I did that my first time.
No.
You didn't do that?
No.
Everybody has done that at some point, no? Like, didn't you guys have to do like our oratoire when you were in school? You
Yeah, but I
like
never
the
did it in front of the
public
mirror.
speaking? You never talked in front of the mirror?
No.
Okay.
I always hated my face.
And after watching, what movie was it? Reservoir Dogs. You know, talking in front of the mirror. Or what's the De Niro one there? Taxi Driver.
Listen, you screwheads, you fuckers.
A lot of mirror talking.
Yeah. I will say, I feel like I'm like this guy, and I know a lot of people are. Like, you know, they mentioned Bill Burr, but I'm not a real write 'em down type of guy. And I think the reason is
he said he doesn't write anything down, and because of that, he can't watch comedians. He
I
doesn't
understand
watch
that
it
too,
because
yeah.
he's like, I'm not writing anything down. If you write down, then you have your sort of anchor.
So
of
does
what you
he?
said and what you're doing.
Does he have jokes with like punchlines, or does he just go
He's
up
a lot
and
of
tell
one-liners.
stories? A lot of one-liners.
Well, that's what he said. Well, were you guys thinking, I'll check this guy out?
Yeah.
Because this is like,
I
this guy
wanted
might be
to
as
and
funny as
forgot.
Cat Williams. When he was talking about Cat Williams and they were going out, like they've been making money doing crazy tours and having crazy shows. Like the door was rattling.
I love
from
that
the laughs. These guys kill. Like
I love that he shouted out the white titty doctor.
yes, yeah, that
Who
helped
was
him
like-
helped him pay for the
Yeah,
club
I
or
like that he
something.
was like, this guy was also shout out to that guy. Like, obviously gave him a chance. Was like, listen, I'll give you 10K. Like, that's taking a chance on someone. I'm going to give this dude 10 grand and we'll see if he comes back with anything.
because he gave him a business plan, and what he was saying, which makes him a hustler, is instead of looking at your competition for what they're doing well, look at what their weaknesses are and capitalize
Yeah,
there.
what are they
'Cause
missing?
Everyone's
Yeah.
going to do the same good thing, and he said that was a competitive advantage, and he put the other club out of business. So
That's like what we did. We found something no one else was doing.
Steve Harvey, I know we said that like network television, you know, crap, but he is very funny on of all shows.
he's just hilarious.
Family Feud.
Family Feud.
he's
yeah.
hilarious.
It is just he is built for that.
And he's holding back
Oh,
to a degree you can't.
so much. But the best ones are when
Name-
he can't hold back.
Name
anymore.
something that comes after pork. Upine.
That was the best. That is the best.
That whole thing is great, though, man.
He loses it.
He's like, if that's up there,
My other favorite Family Feud
It's a
moment.
reaction video.
My other favorite Family Feud moment with Steve Harvey is when they're at the podium and he's like, name something that gets passed around. And the first woman buzzes in and she goes, the collection tray at church. And Steve goes, the collection tray at church. Show me the board. And it comes up number 2. Bing! And it's like 47. And then he's like, for the steal, name something that gets passed around. And the guy's like, a joint, Steve. No. And Steve's like, oh, come on. If this is up there, I'm out. Show me the board. Bing, number 1. And he just like throws his cards up and walks away. It's great.
I hope one day he makes a big enough bag from all his TV stuff
How is he not already?
that he goes back because Earthquake said you don't know what what you want to achieve, and
No, well, what do you think Steve Harvey is worth? I think he has made his bag. I think he's
60 million
yeah,
minimum.
at least.
Minimum.
100 million.
I think he's worth more than that. I think it's like 120
100
million.
million.
Guys, I just put the lowest ball out there that I thought possible because I was like, this
100
guy has to be
million.
caking up.
But if I could finish what I said, I hope he gets that bag and does a special and is raw and like
He just comes out like Pryor.
ruins exactly.
Yeah, just fucking dusting
Burns
everyone.
every
Fuck
bridge
Kevin Hart,
he
little
could
motherfucker.
ever
Yeah.
work on again because because he has it.
200 million.
Yeah, easy and counting.
Boom.
But you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like even Joe, because Joe said it during this episode, a question that we've all had, like, why do you have this insatiable need for more money after signing such an insane deal? And like, his answer was pretty simple. He's just like, I don't know. I just, just going to keep on doing it.
Steve Harvey don't play for 30 people.
Well, and then
130. It was 130
Oh, I thought
people.
he said
once
30.
you get it, anything less seems like you're leaving money on the table. So just human nature is
Yeah.
to.
I mean, listen, I get it. Make hay.
Crazy the
It's-
numbers once you get in the circuit, man.
we're all only human. And that's the
Yeah, yeah.
problem.
Listen, I've never made a lot of money, so I don't understand. I don't understand consistently having a large check coming in. I assume if I did, all of a sudden I would be like,
No, because the catch-22 is acquiring all the things you wanted just with the right amount of money you needed, but then you have to maintain it. Like,
yeah, but I mean, forget the maintenance. Like, come on, at some point you get so rich where like,
Yeah, I'm not going to get there, so I don't think about it.
I'm
Once
never gonna get
at
there
some
either.
point when you're so rich, the only maintenance is your cuticles.
For someone else, still.
Zinger.
I like that he said, Joe's talking about
You
being
can't zinger me and then fucking
Why?
piss me.
Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Joe's talking about doing stuff, being active, and he was like, Joe, sitting on a couch for 4
Oh,
days
dude,
watching TV is my everything.
He was
Except
like,
for women, it's my everything.
I'm with him. Like,
Yeah, man.
I can sit on the couch, watch TV, and not have to think about like stress of my job, wars, and fucking.
I hate when people say it, but when he said that, I was like, this guy might be my spirit animal.
No,
That's all.
sure.
spirit.
The reason why he wants his money.
You just
Quake,
triggered me.
The reason why he wants his money is so he can sit, do nothing, and watch TV.
Yes.
And that's a lot of people can relate to that.
And I want to do that guilt free. I can't do that now,
Of course not.
but that's the dream.
Yep.
To have enough money that you can sit on the couch guilt free.
What if it is in a remote, beautiful area, but you have to use Starlink to get your TV?
What is Starlink?
Elon Musk.
It's his internet for rural
So I
areas.
can live out in the middle of nowhere,
Have everything.
have everything,
And you still
but if
have,
I want the TV, I got to hook up to Elon Musk's
yes, correct.
satellites.
Yes.
If you can have everything out there without the satellite.
Huh?
If your middle of nowhere gets like Netflix and stuff, I don't know how that would. I think you would have to need the satellite to make you like a Wi-Fi zone. Anyways, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would. That's weird, right? Because you're going out to the country, so you get away from the cyborg revolution.
Hold on,
and then
come
you're
on.
just tying yourself right back into the grid.
No, yeah, well, I mean, you're going to have to be in the grid somehow, regardless, as far as if you want TV, internet,
Solar,
that sort of stuff.
solar.
No, I meant TV, internet. That you have to
Some
be.
sort of
Yeah,
hardwire.
you might have to give that up.
Some sort of hardwire.
My point, though, is if you're super rich, you don't use that satellite shit. If you're super rich, you just string out your own
You send
fiber
your own
optic.
satellite up.
No, you just get fiber optic out to
Something
your...
physical,
yeah,
though.
Yeah.
The landline. I don't ever date an actress. That's craziness. Like, we don't have to worry about it now. We're never going to date hot actresses, but that would just be a headache.
You might one day date an actress.
Yeah, you
I
don't
wouldn't
know. What are you
rule
talking
that
about?
out.
Yeah.
Like
And that wouldn't be a good idea because they're acting.
they like you.
I don't know if they talk about this show, but it was maybe another one. John Voight and Angela Jolie talk to each other in character.
Oh, my God.
Like, actors are crazy. And you probably can't have a guy friend actor, but dating a girl, like, she might be putting on an act, and it wouldn't be far fetched.
Yeah, but anybody can be putting on an act. You don't
Yeah,
have
but he
to
means
be an
They're
actor.
professional.
Yeah, he means that's your job.
You believe them when they're lying to you. You can't see through them because you know them.
Not
Simon.
every actor is like Nicole Kidman, you know?
Simon, there was these two girls.
No,
that
they're
went-
all vapid though, because they're empty from the rejection and being other people, other characters their whole life.
How about this, Simon? There was
That's
two.
a lot. That's a big generalization on actors.
There was two girls I went to school with in New York, Norwegian twins, both super cute. They lost their mom when they were young. They could cry on cue, drop of a dime. That's a problem in a relationship.
Oh, I see.
That
what you're saying.
alone.
For manipulation purposes.
Well, I mean, you cry and you got me. I'm like,
thing
oh,
Well,
is-
look, I mean, the same could be said, like, if you can puke on cue. You can just get out of an argument by throwing up. Like, listen.
Yeah, crying seems
Weird
a little
flex.
bit
Humans are weird. Let's go.
a little
Keep
more
going.
subtle and hard to accuse of gaslighting.
I mean, I think that's a really good way to get out of a physical altercation. Because, like, if you and I are squaring up and you just start projectile vomiting, I think I'm just backing off. Like, I'm like, okay,
you pull out your dick.
You know what became? What became my favorite show,
go on.
and it's my guilty pleasure, and I think it was your guilty pleasure too. It's Married at First Sight. No, Love Is Blind. Did you watch that show?
Oh, the first season,
You didn't watch the second season?
I haven't.
Oh, you should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been distracted.
You know this show?
No,
The two
I've
people
heard of it.
meet from behind a wall.
Yeah.
Have to propose,
Yeah.
then have to get married. It's crazy.
So
Insane.
stupid.
It's crazy.
it's insane.
So stupid.
It's social engineering. It
Social
all works out.
engineering. Well, like, a lot of there's a lot of success to arranged marriages.
Probably.
Like the stats, I think.
Especially with
I'm
the
not
rich people.
100%, but I don't know if that means that those people are happy. But for the most part,
He talked.
I don't even know if that's true.
he talked about Jaleel.
I might have just made up all this.
No, I think I'm basing that on something one of the guys said on the show, because there was an Indian couple who ended up getting together. So, anyways, whatever.
They talked about Jaleel White,
Who is
Yeah,
that?
Steve Urkel.
Urkel.
Oh, Jaleel.
Jaleel White.
Yeah, I
And
thought you said Julia.
He was just on Steve-O's podcast.
Yeah, I saw that.
He owned part of the show.
Family Matters.
Yeah.
What do you think he's worth?
$100 million.
Jaleel White.
No, he's worth. I'm gonna say $327 million.
I like that, but he's worth money. And it was interesting. One of the co-hosts asked him about the Kaepernick documentary show, where he said, take for example Carltons and the Urkels are whitewashing what real black men are. And when asked about it, he was like, I don't put people's names in my mouth, so. He was like,
True black
He's
man.
like, I don't
Yeah,
fuck with
yeah.
that, but I'm not gonna talk bad about him.
8.
$8 million.
What?
Well, there you go.
How do you own part of a syndicated show? And he must have a
He
coke
fucked
or
up. He
gambling
fucked
problem.
up.
Yeah,
He fucked up.
He must have been partying with Screech or something.
Dude, my eyes are so bad now.
He says, I want to do a book. That's part of it. And Joe's like, yeah, I want to do a book, but putting my stuff down. And then they told me, he was like, oh, I'm going to get a ghostwriter. Just like,
Yeah.
no shame in his game.
I'm not writing this. Yeah,
I
what are you,
mean?
nuts?
And if he read it, it's great. You could tell he's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
He's the real
just
deal.
the biggest, hottest black comic who's never made it big time, and he might have his Burt Kreischer moment on Monday.
Who is this?
Erfquake.
I liked he said how when Joe was saying, yeah, but you are successful. He's like, no, Joe, you over here nice, and I'm trying to get where you are.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
You have fuck you money. I'm in trouble money.
Yeah.
And he wants to be a black Archie Bunker, and that could be amazing. It makes sense. I don't know why he doesn't do it. And it's such a show that's needed right now to have some ignorant guy say all these things and turn us all on our head, but it'd be hilarious.
It does have to be tough, though, like when someone has the same job you have and they've been doing it just the same as you for the same amount of years, and you show up to their podcast at their compound and you're just like, motherfucker, like, just the weird path. I mean, again,
Yeah,
this guy
I mean,
hangs,
that's-
but keep in mind, this guy hangs out with Chappelle. So, like, Chappelle's,
It's just the story of life, right? Like,
I get it,
they're
yeah.
Guys you come up with who you think you're
yeah.
going to be better off, you're going to be more successful, and they're wildly successful. Like, just, it's fucking, who
And then
fucking knows?
that is back to the abundance scarcity perspective. And anyone who is successful in comedy sees past that, hones their craft, and finds their lane. But if you get bogged down in that, It's a story all the time.
And that's why there should be basic universal income so everybody can just pursue their art.
Yeah. Because that's all we have left. The machines will do everything else. We're here. We made it.
What is that? Decentralized art.
And
Sorry,
NFTs,
sorry.
we're just using hot words.
Local art.
Dude, the amount of NFT scams in the last couple of weeks has been fucking shocking.
Oh, there's this guy.
It's been shocking.
There's this guy named Hard Rock Nick.
Okay.
And
I've seen him, yeah.
He's doing these reads where he's like, I'm the coolest, richest guy in the world. Wondering about cryptocurrency? Like, it reads this horrible script for like $75, like scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that when the NFT gets used in the slam dunk contest, it officially has jumped the shark.
That's
Like, am I safe to say that?
Yeah.
That's a good marker.
Are we done with Erfquake? That was it?
Yeah, he was
that's-
a great guy. I loved him.
Great week.
He knows everybody.
I give him a 3.5. No,
Okay.
I give him a 3.
I'm going to give this one a 3 as well.
I give this a 3.5.
Oh, I was gonna hit the button, but no.
I knew who he was. I seen him. He is like
Earthquake is who we thought he
But
was.
they're Bruce and like LeVar Bell. It was just there's a whole group of big guys that are just hilarious. Piss your
Cedric the
pants.
Entertainer.
And they're all cool. And then the guy was like, "No more kings of comedy," because all those guys got big, and I'm still me.
Bernie Mac was one of the fucking
Bernie Mac.
Bernie
all
Mac
these
was
guys are
absolutely
just
one of the greatest.
such a vital part to have the big, verbose black man comedian as every other type of comedian you can imagine. You know what I mean? And he's the best. He is the best.
Chappelle's the best. All right, we are gonna pay a bill, and we'll be right back.